Good evening, and welcome to the 6th People's Book Prize Awards ceremony, held again in the splendour of the Stationers' Hall, and our first time live on Sky News. May I now introduce Tatiana Wilson, the indefatigable and inspiring founder of the People's Book Prize.
A very warm welcome to you all tonight and to viewers of Sky News. The People's Book Prize has given you the vote so that the public is the jury. The important thing is that the public have chosen tonight's finalists and winners that we honor here tonight. peoplesbookprize.com offers a fresh and dynamic way to discover titles in fiction, nonfiction, and children that may not have been brought to the attention of the nation. You can change that. Please buy, borrow from your libraries, comment, and vote from the titles showcased at peoplesbookprize.com. Choose for your favorites. You have a voice in choosing the next bestsellers. Our patron Frederick Forsyth cannot be with us tonight, but he joins me in wishing you all here and viewers of Sky News a most wonderful and fun evening. Thank you.
I will now introduce the running order. We start with the People's Book Prize for non-fiction, followed by children's, then fiction, then the Beryl Bainbridge Award for First-Time Author, and then finally the award given as the People's Book Prize Best Achievement Award. The non-fiction finalists present are, and could I ask you please not to applaud after each name is read out, only when I've finished reading all the finalists' names. Thank you.
We'll bring everybody on and then we'll take a quick moment. Would you like to come across?
The non-fiction finalists: Beyond My Control by Susan Collins, published by Hammersmith Books. Devil's Playground by Simon Chambers, published by Percy Publishing. Good Food, Good Health by Fatima Patel, published by Mediscript Limited. Grumpy Old Menopause by Carol E. Wire, published by Safket Publishing. How Have I Cheated Death by Tim Wotton, published by Austin Macaulay. Pamela Hansford Johnson by Wendy Pollard, published by Shepherd Walwyn Publishers. The Essential Carer's Guide to Dementia by Mary Jordan, published by Hammersmith Books. The Reward Society by Dr. Tom Mannion, published by Julian Richer Publishing. The Time in Between by Nancy Tucker, published by Icon Books. This Time Round by Ray Quinn, published by Percy Publishing. And to present the award, I call on past Stationers Master, Mr. Christopher McCain. Mr. McCain.
Welcome again to Stationers' Hall, the historic heart of the Stationers and Newspaper Makers Livery Company, since it was rebuilt after the Great Fire of London in 1666. The company has been the flag bearer of the communications and content industry, which of course embraces all aspects of writing and book publishing for much longer, in fact since 1403. Oldmore's Almanac was first published by the Stationers in 1697 and was a tremendous money spinner for several hundred years. Sadly, his predictions for 2015 do not include tonight's winners, although he does say that since the new moon last week, the general mood is optimistic and hopeful, but also serious. He adds, and this surely applies to the People's Book Prize, that there is a sense that a better world can be made, but that we all need to work for it. There are no easy answers. Nobody could say that our hostess, Tatiana, hasn't worked to get recognition for these awards. And since I know her birthday, which was exactly a month ago, makes her a Taurus, I'd like to tell her that Old Moore encourages her to be as bold as you need to be in your desire for success. And now to the first prize. I seem to have got all the prizes here. Non-fiction. The winner of the People's Book Prize for Non-Fiction is Grumpy Old Menopause by Carol Riker. We're waiting. Oh, fine. Okay, it's here. Sorry, I thought I was going to give it. Okay, there you are. Well done. Terrific.
Thank you
Many
very much.
congratulations.
Wow, thank you. At the beginning of every chapter of Grumpy Old Menopause, there's a little section about things that you should hide from a woman, a moody woman, including pea shooters and knives and scissors. I think I just found something else. I have lots of people to thank. Obviously, Safket Publishing, and for all the people that have voted for me, and indeed for my Smile Street team, who've been out on the streets as well for me. And finally, Tatiana and everybody here. Oh, and I ought to say, Mr. Grumpy, it's okay. You can come out of the shed now. Thank you.
Our next award is for the People's Book Prize for Children's Literature, and the finalists present are Bernard by Rob Jones, published by Beast in Show Books; Curious Creatures by Kevin Price, published by Karma Publishing; Hedgehugs by Steve Wilson and Lucy Tapper, published by Maverick Arts; Landing on My Feet by Adelaide Godwin, published by Digital Leaf Limited; Pillow People by Annie Sullivan, published by Patrick Hawkins; Reggie and Me by Mary Yates, published by Lodestone Books; The Rise of Agnel by Susan Navas, published by Ant Press; Think Like a Hero by Dave McLean, published by Pegasus Elliott Mackenzie Publishers; Tommy Parker by Anthony Ormond, published by Candy Jar Books; and Welcome to the World of Felicity Fly by Christina Gavitas, published by Poems and Pictures. And to present the award, I call on Lady Barron. Lady Barron.
I'm very proud to be presenting this award. My husband's uncle happened to be Peter Pan, and that is quite an inheritance. Our entire family were brought up with it. We gave parties surrounding Peter Pan. My husband was Captain Hook. I did Tinkerbell with a torch, and so on and so on. And if you have stories like that in the background, and congratulations, all of you, for making wonderful stories that children will enjoy. And just to say that the money from Peter Pan went to Great Ormond Street Hospital and millions were made. So who knows which of you might do the same. And the award for the Children's Book Prize goes to, so exciting, Bernard by Robert Jones, published by Beast in Showbox. And I think I give you this.
Thank you. No, that's amazing. Thank you. Oh, wow. I have no speech prepared because I was sure I wasn't going to win this award. God, I'd like to thank one of my publishers, Dave's here tonight, and then Sally, who's at home with the kids. All my family, my friends, I know they're all watching at home. I've told absolutely everybody it's on Sky News tonight, so they're all watching. The support's been amazing. Oh, the Story Museum as well in Oxford. If anyone hasn't heard of it, go, because it's amazing. And they've been really good to me. And yeah, I don't know what to say. So, no, thank you very much.
Our next award is for the People's Book Prize for Fiction, and the finalists present are Cold Call by Colin Llewellyn Chapman, published by Percy Publishing; Dark Mission by Scott Caledon, published by Troubadour Publishing Limited; Dead Charming by I.D. Jackson, published by Percy Publishing; Hearts of Green by John Marsh, published by Percy Publishing; Huber's Tattoo by Quentin Smith, published by Troubadour Publishing Limited; The Honey Trap by D.J. Priddle, published by Percy Publishing; Through Another Night by Joe Stein, published by Ward Wood Publishing. And to present the award, I call on Mac, the well-known cartoonist of the Daily Mail.
Good evening. I'm really sorry that Frederick Forsyth couldn't be with us tonight, because years ago I actually wrote a book. I wrote a novel, and I sent it off to Frederick Forsyth's agent. I didn't hear anything for months, and I tried to get in touch with the secretary. I kept bringing her up. She was at a meeting, she was out, she was on holiday. I couldn't do it. So eventually I rang up, and when the secretary said, "Who's speaking?" I said, "Frederick Forsyth." I was through in a second. When she said, "Hello, Frederick," I said, "It's not Frederick, it's Mac." There was an audible scream, and the phone was slammed down. The next morning, my manuscript arrived back in the post. How dare they get rid of my baby? It is a baby. I mean, to all writers, it is like producing a child. It's like giving birth. You conceive, you gestate for a while, and then eventually the baby is born. It's a bit like cartooning. I'm a cartoonist for the Daily Mail, and I take 4 roughs into the editor every day. Well, I give birth to 4 roughs, and I take them into the editor every day, and he chooses one of them. And all my babies, the rest of the 3 babies, go in the bin, which is very, very sad. Anyway, I'd just like to congratulate all the people who have given birth to the writing we're celebrating tonight. So let's see who won the Fiction Award. The winner of the Fiction Award is Dark Mission by Scott Caledon.
Well, good evening, and I hope everyone can understand the Scottish that's about to come out of my mouth. I'd like to thank the People's Book Prize for the opportunity given to me and all my fellow authors here, and to everyone who voted. I'd like to thank my publisher, Troubadour, for taking Dark Mission on as a project, and my family for taking me on as a much more difficult project. The underlying themes of Dark Mission have been floating about in my head for over 30 years. I was inspired by the early books of Frederick Forsyth, The Day of the Jackal and The Odessa File, and you cannot imagine how excited I am to win an award from the organisation of which he is patron. So thanks again, and good fortune to everyone who took part in the People's Book Prize. Thanks.
Our next award is the Beryl Bainbridge Award for First Time Author, and I call on Mr. Tony Humphreys, Director of the People's Book Prize, to present the award. Tony.
Thank you, Rupert. The Beryl Bainbridge First Time Author Award. In this award, there are 62 first-time UK authors, aged between 7 and 11. The imagination and effort invested by these budding poets make their work a pleasure to read, and will encourage and inspire other children of primary school age to read and have a go at writing. These are some of the reader comments in the People's Book Prize pages for this entry. It put a big smile on my face. The authors have done a fantastic job. We will definitely see more of them in the future. Anything to do with chocolate gets my vote. It's wonderful to be able to vote for these new children's authors who are having their work showcased. Brilliant idea, great work all round. The winner is Children's Poetry Volume 2, an invitation that captured the primary school nation, published by Poems and Pictures Limited. To receive the award, I call on a successful author herself, creator of this writing initiative that children of all abilities could take part in, Mrs. Christina Gavites. Congratulations to Christina for your dedication, inspiration, and giving these children a great opportunity. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. This means such a lot. First and foremost, I want to thank all the children for such enthusiasm and writing some amazing poems. I was inspired by my son when he had his poem published at school, which was put in a very small, uninspirational looking book that was shoved in a drawer. And I thought, really, that should be shared with lots of people. And I wanted to inspire many other children to have a go at writing of all abilities. My son has dyslexia and he struggled a little bit, and this was really good for his self-confidence and self-esteem. So I wanted to try and share that, and I wanted to encourage lots of other children to take part. And this initiative is growing. This year we've had some fantastic rhymes. I was invited over to the United Emirates. I've encouraged children there. And the next Volume 3 poetry book will be coming out later on in the year. I want to thank the parents, the teachers, everyone who supported the initiative, all of the judges, some amazing judges on board as well. Thank you so much, and keep looking at poemsandpictures.co.uk for more children's work. Thank you very much.
The winner of the People's Book Prize Best Achievement Award is How Have I Cheated Death? Tim Watton. Congratulations, Tim. Thank you very much. Fantastic.
This is a very poignant title for a book. One of the most poignant titles that anyone has ever seen, with very good reason. When I was born with cystic fibrosis, the lung condition, I wasn't expected to live beyond 17. Imagine your life, the grains of sand in an hourglass, and it's going out rapidly. Perhaps this book could have been called Notes from the Grave. Luckily, I'm still here. It's not called that. Every single day I live longer with this illness is a special day. This book unpicks what I do on a daily basis to mentally and physically take this illness on, and it graphically demonstrates what cannot be cured has to be endured. I want to thank the People's Book Prize. I want to thank the people that voted for me. I want to thank my publisher, Austin Macaulay, and especially I'd like to extend a huge gratitude to my friends and family, because they share every single step of this journey. Thank you very much.
Whilst the 6th awards ceremony comes to an end on 1st of June, a new summer collection starts. And so we hope you will join us next year for the People's Book Prize 7th awards ceremony. I invite the 5 winners to the stage for photographs and interviews. Good night.
Carol, starting with you. Your book is Grumpy Old Menopause. Presumably the clues are all in the title.
It is. I mean, if you are somebody who is now having to write your kids' names on Post-its or has to change your underwear every time you sneeze, I think this book is possibly for you. It's a light-hearted, anecdotal plus mixture of suggestions and advice, and also a lot of humour attached to it on how to get through this time in your life, because a lot of women obviously are going to go through it. And also the idea is that it's like sitting in a room with your best friend or your sister and having a good giggle about what is happening to you.
And presumably it was sort of an area of non-fiction that you thought there was something missing from.
Definitely. I mean, I just finished writing a book for gentlemen that were going through, shall we say, a male menopause, for want of a better word. And I thought, well, it just has to be done, because I was looking for things for myself at that time. I could only find things if I searched hard online. So I thought the best thing to do would be to put everything together, put together links and suggestions and websites and groups and things that people can go to, because there are plenty of Facebook groups, like Menopause Magazine, that offers huge amount of advice to ladies, because I was brought up by someone, you know, it was a taboo subject, and I still felt it was taboo, and luckily it now is more in the open. The media has taken hold of it. I'm not sure whether I was a catalyst for that. I would like to think that Grumpy Old Menopause had something to do with it.
Scott, we've been talking about the publishing industry today and how challenging it is out there at the moment. For you, how difficult was it to get published? Because you are a first-time author.
Yeah, I think it was very difficult to begin with. I mean, there was lots of rejections. I took some inspiration from the fact that J.K. Rowling had lots of rejections, so I kept going. But I was very pleased with Troubadour. They did a great job for me and managed to fight my way through it.
And how important do you think prizes like this are to sort of engage the public with reading, with books?
I think they're great. I mean, I think all the finalists did really well to get here. I think it promotes reading and books of all different genres to the public, and that's really what we want. We want people to read the books, hopefully like them, and get some entertainment out of them as far as mine is concerned.
And Carol, what do you think some of the biggest challenges in the publishing industry are at the moment? Because you're not a first-time author. You've done about 8 books, haven't you?
I have. I've done 8, but it is still a challenge. You can't sit back on your laurels. You must always keep looking forward. You have to keep resubmitting. I always say to people, if they ask me, you know, just keep resubmitting, keep looking, and keep working at it. And if you have finished a book, don't just stop there and send it out. Write another one. Keep writing. That's the thing you have to do.
And this is quite a unique prize in that it's voted for by the public. That in itself is quite special, isn't it?
That's why it's so valued to me, I think. The fact that it is the public that judge it, it isn't a panel. The people that have read the book are the people that vote for the book, and that's what is important, I think. And again, it's a terrific prize for that. And of course, it gives publishers and authors a chance to do their own marketing a bit more, because marketing comes hand in hand with writing these days.
Thank you both so much, and congratulations.